It's hard to pinpoint exactly when my parents knew that I was special. It could be when I said my first word at 5 months old, when I started reading by the time I was 3, or when I solved a Rubik's Cube at 4 in less than 30 seconds. Hi, I'm Lisa. And none of that is to brag, by the way, because being a genius has brought me more misery than I would wish on my worst enemy. Yeah, I actually have a worst enemy, and you're about to find out who she is. But first, please like and subscribe. My father was a famous actor who starred in a ton of action movies. He fell in love with my mother, a jewelry designer. She designed the engagement ring he intended to give to another woman. But he broke off that relationship to be with my mother. I know. Messed up, right? When I was 5, I was being dragged around the world to movie sets where my father would show me off like some freak Einstein circus monkey.
Daddy, I need to pee.
You can only go after you tell everyone who the 5th, 16th, 25th, and 40th presidents were.
Come on, Paul. Lisa really needs to go.
She can't go as soon as she answers the question.
James Monroe, Abraham Lincoln, William McKinley,
And then I peed. The entire movie's cast and crew burst out laughing, and I was completely humiliated. My mother finally had enough and divorced him, taking me back to her hometown. I would love to say things got better there, but believe it or not, they only got worse. Like a lot worse. My mom opened a jewelry store which took up all of her time. So she got me a nanny who had a daughter named Scarlett. Scarlett was 4 years older than me and was really dumb. Just to give you an idea of how dumb she was, when her mom told her that carrots helped her see in the dark, she went outside at night and tried to use one as a flashlight. Scarlett didn't like that I was so much smarter than her, so her favorite activity was torturing me, like hanging me out the window by my ankles, filling my pillowcase with spiders, and replacing my cereal with dog treats.
How's your cereal, Lisa? Maybe afterward we can go play fetch.
Except I knew what my cereal looked like and switched our bowls when she wasn't looking. My mom put me in kindergarten, but it was way too easy for me. While the other kids were playing with finger paint, I was doing math equations. As much as I hated being in school, I hated being home more because of Scarlett. I tried to tell my mom, but Scarlett had a secret.
But Mommy, I hate her. She tried to put my book in the toilet.
Scarlett, is that true? The one thing that Scarlett was good at, besides bullying, was acting.
Never. It really hurts my feelings when Lisa says these things.
Scarlett could cry on command. I mean, like a full-on sobbing.
Mom, she's...
But I couldn't even finish my sentence before my mom was comforting Scarlett.
There. It's okay. No matter what happened, I'm sure you two can work it out, right?
And then Scarlett ran and hugged me.
Oh, that's wonderful. I'm going to work. See you two besties tonight.
And the second my mom was gone, my book was in the toilet, and just when I thought things couldn't get any worse, they did. The school's principal skipped me to the 3rd grade. Guess with who? You've got it. Freaking Scarlett. Yeah, she was left back a year because, as we already established, was really dumb. When I got to high school, I was too old to have a nanny. So my mom hired Scarlett's mother to help her run her jewelry store and let them stay in our house because she felt like they were family now. At school, Scarlett would play awful pranks on me, like putting laxatives in my lunch or filling my hand sanitizer with super sticky glue. One night, I sat out in the backyard crying. I just wanted to be normal and with kids my own age. Then through the guest house window, I saw something unbelievable. Scarlett was watching Mean Girls and acting out the part.
They say you're a homeschooled jungle freak who's a less hot version of me.
She was actually really good, but then she turned and looked right at me. Oh no! I sprinted back to my room. I was up all night, terrified about what Scarlett was going to do to me. The next day at school, Scarlett just stared non-stop at me. As soon as the bell rang, I sprinted out of the classroom and hid in a janitor's closet.
This is my closet. Go find your own.
I nearly jumped out of my skin. I turned on the light to find a boy sitting in a chair with his feet up on the wall. His hair was long and messy, his clothes were too big, and he had like 20 earrings. He was Wesley, the school weirdo. The rumor was that his family was homeless. I can't leave.
Yeah. Scarlett, right?
Yeah, I think she may actually kill me.
Sad girl, just like my sister Alice.
Your sister?
Yeah, believe it or not, Alice makes Scarlett look like an angel.
That's horrible. Wait, why are you in here?
It's my place to get away from everyone. I hate drama.
Wow, I totally get it. People are so...
Petty, judgmental, mean.
Yes, I'm Lisa, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I'm a pretty good observer.
Just with that, Wesley and I became best friends. I felt like a total jerk. I always thought he was just a weirdo, but he was the first person who actually understood me. For the next few weeks, Wesley and I spent more and more time together at school, away from Scarlett. Wesley knew every hiding place in the school, under the stairs, in the attic. There was even an old broken service elevator. I had no idea. For a while, things were looking up. And then one night, something incredible happened. I received a letter from one of the top universities in the country. They wanted me to attend next year and were scheduling an interview at my house. I would finally be rid of Scarlett for good. I couldn't wipe the smile off my face. I wanted to celebrate, but Wesley would never meet me outside of school. There was always an excuse, but this time I wasn't taking no for an answer. I tracked down his address online and went there. I figured we would pull up to a homeless shelter, but we turned into the driveway of the biggest mansion I had ever seen. I rang the bell, and this really pretty girl with perfect makeup opened the door.
Whatever you're selling, we don't want any.
Oh, I'm not selling anything. I'm here to see Wesley. Does he live here?
Hey, loser. Someone is actually here to see you. What do you want with my loser brother?
Oh, you're Alice, Wesley's demon sister.
Lisa, what are you doing here?
Hi.
Wow, Wesley is a real girl coming here to take you out. There must be something seriously wrong with her.
Leave us alone. Alice.
Wesley took me to his room, which was filled with books and other cool things. He even had a VR experience, and we got to dive in the deep sea with sharks, whales, and all kinds of marine animals. It was so cool. But just as we were about to approach a giant squid, suddenly, a wave of water drenched us from top to bottom. We took off our visors and there was Alice, holding a huge bucket of water and laughing her head off.
Alice, what the heck?
Only improving your immersive experience. You're welcome, guys.
Before we could respond, Alice had already vanished, and Wesley's RV was ruined. As we dried off in the bathroom, I looked at Wesley angrily. How can Scarlett and Alice be so hateful? What is wrong with them?
Alice and I were close when we were kids, but then my mom forced her into beauty pageants and would always criticize her when she lost. It changed her, and now she's like this.
Like Alice alone wasn't enough. Scarlett hadn't forgotten about me spying on her. She was like a snake, just waiting for the right opportunity to strike. And on the morning of the big interview at my house, she found it.
Well, Lisa, we feel that you will be a perfect addition to our university, and it is my honor to offer you.
Oh, Lisa!
Just as the recruiter was about to make me the offer, Scarlett walked in. My entire body froze.
Oh, sorry. Is this a bad time? I'm Scarlett Lisa's bestie.
Hi, bestie. Can you please come back later?
I would, but I have my math test coming up and need that special you always give me with all the answers. I have the money. I swear.
She pays you to give her the answers to your tests.
That's not true. She's lying.
Okay, I think we're done here.
Please don't listen to her. I've never cheated in my life.
Me neither.
And that was the end of it. Scarlett won.
Did I scare your little college recruiter off? Oopsie.
I was so angry I just exploded. You are a horrible, horrible human being. In fact, I wouldn't even call you human. You are a monster.
The next morning, as I was going to my locker, a crowd was around someone. Wesley walked up to me, and he looked as depressed as I was.
Did you see we have a new student?
When the crowd cleared, I saw who our new student was. It was Alice.
She got expelled from her all-girls school. So my mother was able to bribe our school to take her in.
And then she saw me, and Wesley came over and turned to the crowd.
Oh, we're going to have a lot of fun here together. Now you can't avoid me.
Alice laughed like a true Disney villain and left with her new group of followers.
I guess I'll just have to wait for her to add this school to her expulsion collection.
You know what? No. I've had enough of these bullies. We are gonna fight back.
No, Lisa, just ignore them. We can't fight with them.
They are older, stronger, and meaner. But we are smarter. We are not gonna fight them ourselves, Wesley. We're gonna make them fight each other.
I'm listening.
We may not be able to change them, but we maybe can redirect their hate.
I told Wesley the rest of my plan, and he agreed to join. We were going to make our boys mortal enemies. First of all, we sent a little welcome to our school gift to Alice from Scarlett.
Oh my god, is this the new Givenchy?
It wasn't. Wesley simply took the empty bottle from her trash.
This is my favorite perfume.
But I guess you could call it perfume. It certainly had a memorable fragrance. Alice put it on and immediately realized it was not her favorite Givenchy.
Yuck! Ugh, this smells like skunk.
Actually, it was a nasty mix of fermented anchovies, spoiled cheese, and overripe cabbage. But yeah, just as bad as skunk, and even harder to get off. Exactly. At the same time, we printed a fake version of the school newspaper, which Alice had just begun to run. And in a very special edition, we crowned Scarlett as the champion of, well, everything on the worst list, from fashion disasters to bad hair days, makeup mishaps, terrible classmates, and the worst student overall. You name it, she snagged the title. As soon as she saw it, Scarlett burst into flames and went in search of Alice. They met in the middle of the hallway. The tension was so intense that it felt like a dragon.
This is war!
And thus the war began. And believe me, they pulled out their heavy weapons. Their pranks were, let's say, pretty original. Alice kicked things off by spreading the rumor that Scarlett was really a 40-year-old divorcee posing as a teenager.
That doesn't make any sense.
Scarlett fired back bluntly and traditionally vandalizing Alice's Barbie car and brace for impact, painting it black.
No, that's not even a real color.
Alice carried out her revenge, following the old rules of the glitter warfare. She hid a glitter bomb in Scarlett's locker, and when she opened it, she turned the entire hallway into an impromptu disco party. It took Scarlett weeks to get all the glitter off her. And how could we forget the time that Scarlett locked Alice in the bath with a little mouse? Next level torture right there. Of course, like top-tier bullies, they occasionally ditched their sophisticated tactics for some classic down and dirty hand-to-hand combat. Yet the best part of my master plan was that they were good to us, even though it was just to infuriate the other. It's amazing what hate can lead to.
You're truly a genius.
I should be modest, but I can't. I am a genius. Our era of prosperity and peace incredibly lasted for a year. However, as usual, nothing good ever lasts. When it seemed that this beautiful war would continue for generations, Alice delivered a precise and lethal blow. Somehow, she got her hands on a video of Scarlett performing in the toilet, just as I had seen her months before at home, in front of her. She made it viral. At school, Scarlett became a laughingstock. The war was over and Alice had won it. Lonely and the Queen Alice. Well, maybe they didn't cheer like that, but you guys get the point. When I got home, Scarlett was still crying, and the waterfalls didn't slow down for days. She even stopped going to school because she was so embarrassed I had finally beaten my bully. But surprisingly, I didn't feel great. On the contrary, I felt sorry for her and felt so very, very guilty. Not because she didn't have it coming. The feeling of being the one causing her tears felt horrible, even worse than when I was the one crying because of her evil deeds.
Go away!
I have something to tell you. After confessing all about my plan, I closed my eyes and waited for my punishment. I hope this is quick and painless. I waited a few seconds, but nothing happened. I opened my eyes and looked at Scarlett. Aren't you gonna murder me?
I should, but I kinda get why you did it. It's not fun at all to be on the receiving end.
No, it isn't.
I guess what I'm trying to say is, you know what it is. Don't make me say it.
Yeah, I know. Me too. For what it's worth, I think you have a real talent as an actress.
Do you think so?
Totally. You had my mom believing you were an innocent angel for years. Not even Zendaya could pull off a character like that.
Ah, thanks!
Then something unprecedented began taking place. Scarlett and I went in for a hug. However, just as we were about to make it happen.
Nope, that's too much. You did ruin my life.
And you ruined my future.
Call it even?
Sure. The following weeks were pretty good, actually. Scarlett called the college recruiter and explained everything. As thank you, I showed the tape of Scarlett acting to my dad, and he got a small role in his next movie. When word of that got around the school, Scarlett got no notice again, but this time for good. Even better, she became part of our little crew. Wesley, it's time you also stand up for yourself against your sister. By now, Alice had assembled an army of plastic girls and drooling boys that would do anything she said. And with no rival, Alice went back to making Wesley's life miserable. Until one day during lunch in the cafeteria, Alice walked up to Wesley and acted like she had stumbled, making all her food spill onto him. Wesley stood up and pulled out an old photo from his wallet and showed it to Alice.
See this picture, Alice? It's from when you won your first beauty pageant. Look how happy we both look here.
Yes, I look pretty, unlike your dorky face.
In a moment of frustration, Wesley tore the picture into pieces, shocking Alice.
How dare you!
I always missed your younger self, Alice, and I hoped you would go back to being my lovely sister. But I guess you chose to be a witch, and I'm done waiting or being patient.
Alice tried to push Wesley away, but he held her hand tightly and firmly.
You really thought you're stronger than me, Alice. I never touched you because I respected you as my big sister.
You're hurting me!
I'll hurt you more if you don't back off.
My friends are around me. Guys, you know what to do.
But just as Alice's friends were about to step in, Scarlett and I appeared from behind Wesley. And we know what to do too. The kids behind Alice began to look scared and uncertain while she stomped her feet in frustration.
Fine. You don't talk to me, and I won't talk to you.
Sounds good to me.
With that, Alice left and we all hugged, knowing we had finally stood up to the bullies.
Hi, I'm Elena from Milan, Italia. Please like and subscribe. I grew up without a dad, but I had a rich mom who owned an international fashion brand. Well, that's also why my parents decided to get divorced, because he couldn't cope with her overambitious nature. But to be honest, I'm not that close with my mom. She doesn't have much time for me, and I usually see her once a month after her overseas trips, when she brings me a gazillion toys. I guess that was her way of making up for the absence, but I wasn't complaining. I spend a lot of time chatting with my stuffed penguin and acting out scenes from the stories I watch on the Luna avatar. But as I grew up, I started noticing how absent my mom was from my life. She rarely took me to school, and of course she'd miss important events there all the time. When I was in 5th grade, I was chosen to play Juliet because of my acting skills. I went home and proudly told my mom, "Mom, you have to be there that day!"
All right, sweetie, I promise.
Good night, good night. Parting is such sweet sorrow that I shall say good night till it be morrow. But by the time she reached school, the play was over.
I'm sorry, honey, I got stuck with something important.
I know, Mom, I can never be as important to you as your work.
Sweetheart, I'm doing this for you. One day this company will be yours.
I don't want to work for your stupid company. Mom, you see, my dream is to become an actress. My drama teacher says I have talent and could become as famous as Margot Robbie someday.
OMG, you're delusional. I'll talk to your teacher about putting such silly ideas into your head. Acting is for losers who've got nothing better to do.
You know, nothing happened because my mom was too busy with her fashion shows and had no time to argue anymore. But the acting bug in me never died. I joined the school's drama club and participated in all kinds of plays. Of course, Mom had no clue about it. Once, when I was 17, I was at the mall and noticed a girl who seemed to be following me. She trailed me from the hair salon to the ice cream shop, always giving me a glare. Thought something was fishy, so I cornered her when I got the chance. "What's your problem? Did I do something wrong to you? Or if you want an autograph, just say so."
You're such a witch! Stop flirting with my crush!
She lunged at the girl standing next to me, and I felt more embarrassed than the statue of David.
First, he's not your boyfriend, and second, he's already agreed to go out with me.
Grr, if a moron like you hadn't shown up, I would have had a happy relationship!
Hey, don't be so harsh, girl. After helping deal with the stalker, the girl treated me to pizza.
My name's Daisy. Thanks for your help.
Daisy told me about the relationship problem she was facing. She wanted to dump her boyfriend Leo because she'd fallen in love with her new neighbor. New neighbor? Is that the stalker's crush?
Yep.
Your love life is such a mess.
So do you have a BF?
Yes, of course. He's named Jackie. When we first met, it was raining, and he offered me his jacket, and since then I've called him Jackie E. I excitedly told Daisy about the boyfriend in my dreams. Well, by the way, I have a way to help you solve your problem. Pick up the phone and invite your Leo to dinner. Leo was supposed to take Daisy out on a date at a restaurant. Moments after they were seated, I catwalked in with a massive curly wig and the ugliest glasses. The love of my life! The apple pull up my eyes! You said you loved my thick curly hair. Then what are you doing with this witch with a boring ponytail?
Who are you? Do we know each other?
Oh, don't be so cruel, my coochie CEO. I know I've put on 25 ounces, but I promised to put in the extra hours at the gym.
Stop it. Daisy, believe me, I've never met this girl before. She's lying.
Please don't dump me. I can accept you having 2 girlfriends, or I can switch to a ponytail. I'm willing to die for you, my precious, but don't call me liar. I know your favorite color is blue. You love dumplings. You still watch Popeye, and you fart when you sneeze. Daisy simply shook her head.
That doesn't prove anything.
I can't believe you've been cheating on me with this thing. I'm done with you.
With that, Daisy marched off before Leo could make sense of what had just happened. I quietly snuck out too. The next day at school, Daisy and I couldn't stop laughing about the whole thing. You're a liar! Don't call me liar.
Thanks. Your acting skills were so sick that Leo didn't try to contact me again. Now I have time to date my new neighbor at home.
On the other side, things were going from bad to worse between Mom and me. She wanted me to focus on studies, but my heart was in theater. I wanted to join an acting school in New York, but she just wouldn't let me. One morning after a heated argument with Mom, I was rushing to my class when I bumped into something rock solid. What the rock? You got buttons for eyes? I looked up and saw Leo.
Oh, I just transferred to this school because I find it hard to stay away from my girlfriend.
Daisy, huh? I thought you two had broken up?
No, I mean, wasn't I your coochie COO just a few days ago? Actually, you did me a favor too. I knew Daisy was going around with another guy while we were dating.
What? And you still dated her? Are you in that case?
Well, I was about to confront her that day, but you, my savior, made things easier. You put up a nice act, by the way.
He gave me a lopsided smile, and for some reason it made my heart flutter. He knew it was me. Leo was actually pretty cute. Then suddenly he was touching my long, silky hair.
Your hair is gorgeous! It's a shame you hid it behind that ugly wig that day!
I blushed and ran straight into the classroom. It felt completely different from the romantic scenes I had acted in. In the following days, I felt like Leo was intentionally bumping into me. I kept running into him in the auditorium, near the lockers, cafeteria, and restroom. Heck, he even agreed to play the role of a rock in the play I was participating in. Of course, that rock never spoke to me once. One day, as I was coming out of the library, I spotted him standing outside, whistling to himself. I felt extremely annoyed by that manner.
Are you stalking me? Let's talk, stupid rock!
I could say the same. You were the one falling all over me a few days back.
I angrily walked towards him to give him a piece of my mind, but I slipped on something and landed straight into his arms.
Oh, did you just fall? For me, again?
Before I could respond, he helped me get back on my feet and then gently pulled off the scrunchie I was wearing.
Your hair looks better this way. Free.
Then he simply turned around and left, leaving me stunned.
Oh, stop, Elena! You'll burn a hole in his shirt if you keep staring like that.
Whoa, you scared me, Daisy!
Wow, you really like him. Oh, sorry, you're still in character, aren't you?
What nonsense! He's not my type!
I would have never dumped him if you looked at me the way he was looking at you.
A week later, we had to go to the supermarket to perform our play, and I got my period on the bus. As I was getting off, Leo pulled me aside and wrapped his jacket around my waist. I rushed to the restroom and changed, and when I came out, I found him waiting outside. Even during the entire performance, he kept his gaze on me. Well, Daisy, it seems like I might be falling for Leo a little.
Yes, I knew it, and I know he feels the same about you. Let's ask him out this weekend.
This weekend's my mom's birthday. That weekend, Mom threw a grand party and invited her friends and business partners. It was such a boring party because everyone was being so fussy. But I had to for Mom's sake. As I sat in a corner sipping my juice, I heard a familiar voice.
Hey, actress! I thought there was nothing cool at a party like this.
But why are you here?
I'm here with my dad, and you?
This is my house. Then we chatted by the pool under the moonlight. Leo was smart and witty, and at one point I was about to ask him out when I noticed Mom gesturing to me to meet her outside.
Oh, my Elena, you look gorgeous, in the dress from my newest collection.
Cut the drama. Get to the point, Mom.
Leo is your friend, right? His dad owns a big retail chain. If we get a chance to collaborate, our company could really grow. You know what to do. Seduce him.
I almost told her that I was going to, but then I had an idea. Your company, not our company, and I don't like him.
Please, Elena, think about the business, and I want to see our products.
Okay, but then you'll allow me to apply to that acting school. Yeah, it's like catching two rabbits with one carrot. I can date Leo and pursue my dreams at the same time. The next day, Leo and I started dating. It was pure bliss. He was even better than I had imagined.
You called me a rock? Well, my heart is becoming like a rock because of your beauty.
You're so cheesy, but I like it.
Then on my birthday, Leo planned a surprise party for me and invited the entire school. Leo showed up with a huge present. Oh, darling, it's so huge. Let me guess. It's a vase, a stuffed bear, or maybe a guinea pig.
Open it, you'll be surprised.
What? Inside the gift box was just an envelope. I carefully unfolded it. My face turned white when I saw the papers it contained. It was the contract that said his dad's company will be my mom's company's buyer. What the heck?
We performed really well, didn't we, Elena? The goal has been achieved, so we can drop the actress act now.
Leo, I don't understand.
Okay, let me explain, friends. Elena was dating me so she could use me to get my mom to promote her mom's business. I just made her wish come true. That's not true. You know what? I've had enough of your lies. I'm breaking up with you, Elena. Think of this as a parting gift.
Leo left, leaving me completely humiliated. I had to pretend nothing happened to keep everyone from laughing at me. On the way home, I cried as I walked. I had always been confident in my acting skills, but it turned out I was just a fool in my own love scenario. When I got home, I threw the envelope straight at my mom's face.
Hey!
We've achieved our plan. Why don't we throw a party tomorrow? My mom opened the envelope and was thrilled.
Okay, sweetie, time for celebration. Besides Leo, is there anyone else you'd like to invite?
Do whatever you want. We broke up, and tonight I'm going to New York. The acting school accepted my application.
Please don't go, I'll talk to him.
You'll do no such thing!
This is the first time I'm leaving home for a foreign city. Not only does it help me forget everything, but it also brings me closer to my dream university. In a few years, my hard work paid off, and I became a popular actress. I even landed the lead role in an upcoming Marvel film. Then one day, I got a call from Mom's doctor who told me her health was deteriorating fast. I rushed back home immediately and found Mom in bed, looking so frail that it shook me.
Mom, why did you say you were okay?
I didn't want to bother you, just like how you didn't bother me before. I always thought you were wasting your time with acting, but you've proven me wrong. I'm sorry.
Mom, don't leave me alone!
Don't worry, she was exhausted from work and prolonged stress. But fortunately, we got her to the hospital in time.
I spent my life running after money and I didn't value the priceless gift life had given me.
I hugged Mom and it felt amazing. The next day I went to her office and found out Mom's business had been falling apart for months. But there was one company still buying her products that kept her from completely going bankrupt. Leo's. I decided to meet him and thank him personally. When I went to his office, my heart skipped a beat seeing how handsome he looked.
Elena, it's been a while. You're just as beautiful as ever.
I still feel that spark. Something I haven't found with anyone else but Leo. Hey, I just wanted to say thank you for helping with my mom's business. But I'm curious. Why did you do it? Especially after humiliating me in front of everyone at the birthday party 5 years ago?
Actually, I overheard the conversation between you and your mom at the party, where she asked you to date me. I really love you, but I thought you were just playing a part. I was heartbroken, feeling like the only girl I'd truly loved was messing with my feelings. After all, Daisy told me everything, but it was too late. You had already left. It was all my fault, my selfishness. Maybe it would have been better if I'd just been a rock.
You loved me still do? Suddenly my heart started racing like never before. Then how about we start all over again?
Done deal. But first I want to do something I've been dying to do since you walked in that door.
Leo leaned closer, and just when I thought he'd kiss me, he pulled off my scrunchie and we both started laughing.
Hey, I'm Kirsty, and I have an identical twin sister called Arabelle. We didn't have a normal upbringing as our mom abandoned us at an orphanage when we were 6. I'm not fully sure why she gave us up. I guess she was young and just couldn't cope. As little kids, my sister and I were close. We used to fool the other kids and the nuns into thinking that we were each other. Arabelle always wore a pink bow in her hair, so we'd both wear one and freak the kids out by double-crossing them in the corridors. Those were good times. But when we got older, everything has changed. I started to become green with envy. And Arabelle, everyone always liked her more than me. The nuns called her Little Cat, and every kid kept surrounding her like she was a sparkling star or something. They all thought she was so sweet and polite. This annoyed me because I knew the real her. And she wasn't sweet at all, if not a completely fake girl. And she just knew exactly what to say and do to get the most from people. Then when we were 12, a lot had been happening that completely changed our lives. The orphanage had financial problems that could not be saved. Our nuns loved us so much that they didn't want to lose any of us, but they had no choice but to allow the social organization to find us adoptive parents. The nuns didn't want my sister and I to be apart, so they sent us to 2 families in the same town. But the God of justice must be blind as usual. Arabelle was way luckier than me. She was adopted by a wealthier family. My parents loved me anyway, but well, she received all the best things, and that was just not fair. We went to the same school, and I was so sick of listening to her bragging. When we were at the orphanage, we used to wear the same kind of clothes, but now things were different. Arabelle always stayed in style, wearing the most beautiful clothes. So, although we are identical twin sisters, whenever we stand next to each other, she would be like a queen and I would be a maid. She easily got everything I ever wished for. Princess bed, a large window with a sea view, piano and ballet classes, and an amazing mom and dad. She talked about it all the time, and I got sick hearing it. It seemed like all of the greatest things were not enough for her. She didn't appreciate what they gave her, and just always wanted more. If I were her, I would enjoy that dream life with gratitude and respect. Everything I got. Life was so unfair. Why did Arabelle always have the best? While a girl like me was suffering from the day I was born, adopting one part of a twin made our 2 new families close. My new family was always visiting Arabelle's big house for barbecues and nice dinners. To be honest, I did not want to go there at all. It was not a simple family meeting. It was just an event for her to show up. Her parents were so nice, and just by looking at the way they treated her, I could tell that they loved her so much. They often patted her head and called her puppy. Arabelle acted all sweet then behind their backs. She said this nickname made her feel sick, As she wasn't 5, no one seemed to realize the truth. Arabelle was absolutely not as cute as they ever thought. She actually was kind of insolent, haughty, boastful girl, and most of all, she was a fake. I remember one time when her mother's birthday party was taking place. Her mom looked stunning in that gorgeous dress, and people in the room just stayed silent for a while to show their impressing. Arabelle pretended to be cute and gave tons of compliments to her mom. But as soon as her mom turned her back on us, Arabelle whispered to me, "Look at her stupid smile. She is thinking that she really is beautiful, while everyone knows that I'm the one who looks stunning here." I was so sick of her double life. She was so lucky living that great life, but she had no appreciation for what she already had, and she was so fake. One time, I tried to unmask her true colors. I tried to tell my parents and our mutual friend about how she'd acted behind their backs, but they never believed me and just told me to stop being mean and selfish. They didn't understand a thing about her real version and even scolded me. I was the one who deserved that life, not that fake loser girl. That was when I decided to make a bigger plan. I wanted to replace Arabelle and live her life. I started staring at her work and copied her handwriting. I practiced imitating her voice. We sounded pretty similar, so this was easy. I secretly followed her and her lame friends at school so that I could learn all about their hobbies and habits, but my family was not as wealthy as theirs. I could only stand outside the restaurant, the clothing store, or the cinema. Watching Arabelle enjoy the good life just made my determination grow. When our families met up, I made an effort to get to know her parents more. Her mom likes playing the piano and her dad likes taking care of his bonsai trees. Her mom can't eat seafood, and her dad is allergic to peanut butter. I jotted down every little detail about her life in my planning book. There were a lot of things I needed to learn until I was fully confident that I could become a second Arabelle and successfully replace her. But then something suddenly happened that made me speed up my plan. This boy called Milo I liked at school started flirting with my sister, and she flirted back. She knew I liked him, but this didn't stop her from agreeing to go on a date with him. She was such a demon. At this point, I couldn't stand her walking around and stealing all the best things I've ever wanted in my life. I had a plan. Back when I was in the orphanage, there was a man who often came to us and said impolitely to the nuns that they should sell him some children to solve their financial worries. Of course, the nuns refused him and kicked him out. He continued to come over a couple of times, and once he gave us his phone number, saying that if any of us got into trouble, we could find him. Then the nun showed up and threatened to call the cops. Well, that was the last time I saw him. I always kept that number because I knew there would be a day I would need it, and that day finally came. I called him and we came up with a plan to solve my Arabelle issue. He sent her an anonymous message telling her to come to a secluded corner in the park and to find out some juicy gossip about Milo. Of course, my nosy sister agreed. The man promised my sister would be sent to another place to work to help him earn money, and she wouldn't be harmed. I left a letter at home saying I'd had enough of the poor life and I'd found a better place to go. I told my parents not to be sad and not to look for me. I hid in a corner of the park and waited for my sister to appear. Then when they took her, I could easily hop into her life and replace her. There would be no more Kirsty anymore, as I would perfectly be back as Arabelle. Well, the better version of her. Suddenly, I saw a black car stop in the distance. 2 tattooed guys got out of the car. I could see guns in their back. They stopped for a moment to wet a hanky with some liquid thing. This didn't feel right. I knew that this was going way too far. They would hurt my sister, and I was the one who was participating in this sin. And I knew that I would live in guilt for the rest of my life if I ever let it happen. I immediately ran out from where I was hiding, grabbed my sister's hand, and pulled her away. I heard their footsteps right behind us, so I ran as fast as possible to the crowd of people and screamed loudly at the same time to let people around pay attention to us. The other 2 men probably gave up when we ran into the crowd. After we got back to her home, I told her that I happened to be walking past and overheard the guys saying they were going to kidnap her. Then I just ran to reach her as fast as possible without thinking. She hugged me and thanked me for saving her life. She said that she always thought that I didn't like her, and she used to feel that way about me too. Wow, that moment she came clear that she used to think that I was just a gross, dirty girl and didn't deserve to be around her. And she, from time to time, tried to pretend herself in front of me just to make me jealous. She was so sorry for her selfish mind and promised to change her character for me. I also told her that sometimes I became so mean because of envy, but facing this dangerous situation made me realize how much she means to me, and I will not let jealousy blind me anymore. Turns out living a great life was that simple. We just need to talk straight and openly with each other to solve the problems between us. As for my parents, they read the letter, I left them and got upset. We had a good talk, and I realized I was being the ungrateful one. Yes, so they didn't have as much money as Arabelle's family did, but they were good people who cared about me. Arabelle hadn't been the only selfish one. I'd been selfish too. Life's good, and Arabelle and I are getting on better than ever. Still, the guilt from what I planned eats me up. Should I come clean about what really happened? Or should I keep it a secret and carry on like normal? I mean, it's not like anyone was hurt, right?
Hi everybody, my name is Olivia, and I'm 18 years old. Tell me, have you ever dreamed about one day meeting your twin brother you had not known about? Or a twin sister? Do you think things like that don't happen in real life? Don't jump to conclusions so quickly. My story, although it seems incredible, proves that miracles do happen. Subscribe to the channel because I know what will really surprise you. I live with my adoptive parents. They took me in 10 years ago. Before that, I'd lived my whole life in an orphanage, and so I don't remember my real mom and dad at all. They must have abandoned me when I was very young. It happens, and I hold no grudge against them. My new parents became my real family. This story began the day I suddenly got a stomachache. The pain was so bad that my mother called an ambulance. They took me to the hospital, examined me, told me that I needed a surgery immediately. It wasn't anything too bad, just an appendicitis. The operation was not complicated, but it couldn't wait. I went under anesthesia, and everything grew dark. I came to in a ward after the operation had been completed. I felt a little sick and moaned. Suddenly, I felt someone take my hand. It felt really great that someone was there for me. I decided to see who it was and turned my head to look. A girl was lying on the bed next to mine. But what was it? I couldn't believe it. We had the same eyes, the same hair, the same smile. That girl was a copy of me. She was looking at me, surprised and smiling. She probably couldn't believe it either. I wanted to ask her why she looked so much like me, but I couldn't. But I didn't need an answer. I knew who she was. My twin sister, Isabel. I hadn't seen her in 10 years. We had lived at the same orphanage together. We'd always looked exactly alike. She had been my closest friend, and we'd shared all our joys and sorrows. We had always been there for each other, but after I'd been adopted, my sister had been left alone in the orphanage. We had been separated. I hadn't seen her since, but I'd often thought of her, and I'd always known we would meet again someday. But our reunion was short-lived. That very day, I was moved to another ward. I asked them to let me stay with Isabel, but they told me that we had different diagnoses, so I had to be transferred to another ward. Isabella had got in a car accident and had to spend more time in the ward for seriously ill patients. A few days after that, I was released from the hospital and went home. I hadn't got to see Isabel again, but I couldn't stop thinking about our meeting. I found it strange that we had been separated as children, so I immediately asked my adopted mother about it. She looked very surprised and said,
"What are you talking about, Olivia? There had been no Isabel at the orphanage."
Maybe Mom had forgotten. I reminded her that my sister Isabel had been there for me. We looked very similar, but they had chosen me. Why hadn't my parents taken both of us in?
Sweetie, are you feeling all right? You never had a sister. You had been alone there.
I couldn't believe it. Why was my mother lying to me? I remembered everything perfectly. I realized that my adoptive parents were hiding the truth from me. But why? That's when I decided to find Isabel. As soon as I was able to walk after the operation again, I immediately went back to the hospital. I said I'd come to visit my sister at the reception. I didn't know what her last name was now, but I told them that her first name was Isabel and that she had been admitted after a car accident. Strangely enough, they told me they had not treated any girl fitting that description. How could it be? I told them she looked just like me. That's when they realized who I was talking about. However, they said her name was Hannah, and she'd already been discharged. Hannah? How so? Had my sister changed her first as well as her last name? But why? I asked them for her address, but they said they were only allowed to give me her phone number. In the evening, I called the number they had given me at the hospital. When she answered, I felt that our voices sounded a lot alike. It was her, my sister. I explained to her who I was and cried from joy.
I finally found you!
Hannah said that she was very glad to hear from me, but unfortunately, she didn't remember me. Hannah said that she had amnesia after the accident, and everything that happened before the hospital had disappeared from her memory.
Then, I have a lot to tell you about. Let's meet up.
We met the next day, and I immediately hugged my sister. Hannah was, of course, quite taken aback. After all, she didn't remember me, and so I was a complete stranger to her at that moment. But I started telling her about our childhood at the orphanage and how close we used to be.
Can't you see how similar we look? That's because we're sisters.
Since then, my sister and I saw each other a lot. Of course, we were family, but 10 years had passed, and each of us had different parents named. Now she couldn't just move in with me, or I with her. I hadn't told my adoptive parents anything yet. I still didn't understand why they were lying to me by not admitting that I had a sister. But Hannah told her parents about me, and they wanted to meet me. So one night, I went to their house for dinner. When Hannah's mom and dad saw me, they were very surprised. Of course, I've heard that everyone in the world has a double somewhere, but to see it with my own eyes.
Unbelievable. I was not surprising since we were twin sisters.
But Hannah's parents laughed all of a sudden and said,
You was wrong.
Hannah didn't have a sister and never had. Moreover, they claimed that they were my sister's biological parents and had never adopted her. It was simply impossible. That's when I realized that Hannah's parents were hiding something as well. They were lying to the both of us. But what was going on? Why were they keeping the truth from us? And then I realized how to get to the bottom of it all. The following day, we met up with my twin, went to a clinic, and did a DNA test to prove we were related. Hannah agreed that it was a good decision, and I was very happy that she was so supportive. We took the test and were told the results would be ready in a few days. We spent the whole time impatiently waiting for the confirmation that we were sisters, and then someone would have some explaining to do. Our parents, who didn't want to tell us the truth, I went to see Hannah every day, and we talked a lot. I felt supported and cared for by my sister once again, and tried to always be there for her as well. One day, I was telling her about our childhood. She did not remember once again. Hannah was so engrossed in my story about our escapades at the orphanage that it gave me a good idea.
Let's visit the place where we grew up. Maybe it will bring back your memory.
Hannah agreed, and we headed to the orphanage. It hadn't changed at all in 10 years. I hadn't been there. It looked the same as it had the day I left, only the children were different. We met the head of the orphanage, Mr. Williams. He didn't even recognize me at the beginning, but when I told him who I was, he smiled and said,
Olivia, it can't be. Look how you've grown.
I showed him Hannah and asked if he'd remember my sister. I told him she used to be called Isabel, and we had grown up together in that orphanage. But suddenly, the smile disappeared from his face. He looked at me anxiously and said we should talk in his office. Only me and him. I felt a little scared. What did Mr. Williams want to tell me about? But I went with him after all. In the office, he sat me down in front of his desk and told me I was wrong. I never had a real sister. What do you mean, never had a sister? I remember her very well. You even took pictures of us together, I told him.
Yes, here are those photos. See for yourself.
Mr. Williams handed me the photos. I saw myself as a child, but there was no one next to me.
How could it be? But I remembered her so clearly.
Your parents were very troubled people. When you had been born, they hadn't taken care of you at all. You had been often left all alone. Nobody had paid you any attention. That's why you made up your twin sister, Isabel, to have someone to talk, have a sister that would take care of you, your imaginary twin, and you had been brought to the orphanage. And when you had been adopted and your parents had begun to take care of you, your sister had gradually disappeared from your mind.
I listened to Mr. Williams and started to remember. Pieces of my childhood memories fit into a puzzle. The head of the orphanage was right. How could I have got it so wrong? But who was Hannah then? Just a girl that looked similar to me. Had I really met my double? How was I going to tell her everything now? I walked out of the office and immediately bumped into Hannah. She looked at me with frightened eyes and held out her phone. The DNA test scanning came in. She said,
We aren't related. I already knew that.
There were tears in Hannah's eyes. She turned and ran away. I didn't stop her. I left the orphanage and started walking down the street. I was so lost in my own thoughts. I didn't see anything around me. I couldn't believe what had happened. But even more than that, I felt hurt. I just found my only family member and lost her immediately afterwards. I was so lost in my thoughts. I did not notice a red light and went out into the roadway. A car was coming straight at me. I heard the screech of the brakes, and then a thud. Then it was dark. I came to in a hospital. I was lying on the same bed Hannah used to lie on. My adoptive mom and dad were sitting next to me. They looked very scared. My mother told me that I had been hit by a car, but the danger had passed, and I would soon recover. I felt very sorry for having worried them and ashamed that I had doubted them when I asked them to forgive me and thanked them for caring for me.
Now I know that I don't have a sister.
What do you mean you don't? What about Hannah?
The door of the room opened and she came in. She sat down next to me and said,
I'm sorry. I ran away. I needed some time to think. Although we're not related, we are sisters in spirit and will always be together. I won't leave you.
I started crying with joy and my parents left to give us some time alone. That's how I found my twin sister. We are always together these days and I'm glad that everything happened like that. What do you think? Can a complete stranger become closer than a relative? Write in the comments down below. I looked around and spotted the last pastry on the plate. It had to be mine, but just as I was about to take a bite, someone yanked it right out of my hand. So I turned. It was the company director's spoiled daughter.
I grabbed it first. Give it back. Nope, my dad's throwing this party, so everything here is mine.
Neither of us would budge. Then my dad showed up and pulled my hand away from the pastry. That day, it wasn't the pastry that stung. It was losing that tiny bit of protection I thought I had. Hey, I'm Sarah. I live in California with my mom and dad. Everyone says Dad's kind and helpful, but behind our door, he's someone else. Bossy and controlling everything at home. He decided it all, never asked Mom or me.
I'm the head of this house, so I get to decide everything. You two just listen to me.
Whenever Mom or I argued with someone else, Dad's first move was to always side with them and blame us. Like his pride mattered more than we did. One day, I got the best. I'd gotten into a top fashion design program in France. I held that letter so tight and ran home to tell Mom.
Focus on studying, sweetie. Don't worry. We saved up for your college.
Right then, Dad walked in looking all excited like he just hit a jackpot.
I just decided to open a company with a friend.
But that costs so much. Where'd you get the money?
Didn't we have savings? I used it all for this.
That's for Sarah's college. What if this doesn't work?
What do you know? I make the calls here.
You never cared about Mom or me.
Sarah and I are moving out.
Fine. I love to see how a housewife and a teen survive without me.
I'll earn my own tuition. I'll prove to you we're better off without you.
Mom and I moved into a small apartment. With my talent for fashion, I told Mom we could open a boutique. It wasn't easy though. I was still lost when Mom laid out this detailed business plan from cost to customers.
Mom, you really surprised me. I actually graduated top of my business class. But after marrying your dad, he told me to stay home. My degree just sat there since.
It wasn't smooth sailing. First, finding a shop was tough. We searched the whole city, but every spot we liked was already booked. Then no workshop would take our tiny order. Mom and I stepped out of the third workshop that day, tired out.
Don't worry, Mom. We'll find another place.
So this little dream of yours isn't working out, huh?
And right there, Dad showed up, grinning like he owned the world.
My investment's doing great. If you two regret it, just apologize and I'll forgive you.
Never.
Stubbornly fools. You'll regret this.
One day, while I was out hunting for another workshop, I heard someone yelling up ahead.
Oh no, my coat.
I saw this elegant lady standing there, but the back of her fancy coat had snagged on a nail sticking out of a bench. The tear looked pretty bad. She clearly needed help.
I can help you. Just wait here a sec.
I ran into a little store on the corner, grabbed scissors and a sewing kit. I trimmed a torn end, fixing up the fur collar, and even turning the leftover fabric into a cute belt to tie it all together. By the time I was done, her coat looked completely different and way cooler.
This is even better than my old coat. Thank you so much. How can I repair you?
Oh, it's nothing. But you just gave me the best idea ever.
I thanked her and ran straight home. I'd only wanted to help her out, but that tiny moment flipped my whole career around.
Upcycling fashion?
Yep. Instead of selling new stuff, I'll take old clothes and redesign them from scratch. We won't even need a factory. We'll save so much.
I grabbed some of my old clothes to use as samples. Mom put up posts on social media to spread the word. Pretty soon we got our first few orders. Heck yeah! To grow faster, Mom suggested I pitch my idea at an investor program at the venue. I ran straight into Dad. He was there too, pitching his company for funding.
Give it up, Sarah. You can't beat me.
I trust myself.
Just then, the investor walked in. My jaw almost hit the floor. It was Lady Helen, the same one whose coat I'd fixed. Dad got up first to pitch.
I'm Thomas, founder of Technist. We're new but have huge potential. I hope you'll invest, Mrs. Helen. We can take this company to the next level.
He bragged about a bunch of numbers. Mrs. Helen looked pretty impressed, which, honestly, rattled me a bit. Then it was my turn. I brought out a crop top I'd made from an old shirt.
I'm Sarah. My project gives old clothes a fresh life. I believe this brings new value to forgotten pieces and helps the planet.
Mr. Thomas' company is impressive in her strong potential. And Sarah, your idea is really good too, but you still need a clear plan and long-term vision.
My heart sank. Was this it for me?
I admire your creativity and passion even more. I can see your drive. With someone to guide you, your project can go far. So I'm investing in Sarah's projects.
Jeez Louise, my heart felt like it could burst. Every bit of struggle suddenly felt worth it. Dad's face turned bright red. He didn't say a word, just stormed out. With Mrs. Helen backing us, Mom and I turned things around fast. My designs got promoted everywhere. More customers showed up every day, and I made way more than I dreamed. One day, Mrs. Helen invited Mom and me to a charity auction she was hosting. I didn't expect Dad to show up too, but there he was with some work buddy representing his company when the bidding started. Every time Mom or I raised our paddle, Dad would raise his just to one-up US.
50,000.
70,000!
80,000.
100,000!
Any higher bids? $100,000 once, $100,000 twice. So, to Mr. Thomas.
He kept doing that for the rest of the auction, dropping a ton of cash just to show us up. But when he went up to collect his stuff, his work buddy ran over, looking pale, whispering something Dad's ear. Dad's face went ghost white. He almost fell over.
No way! How could this happen?
Something was definitely up. Mom and I hurried to Dad's company and found him outside, cornered by a bunch of debt collectors. Even with all the hurt he'd caused us, I couldn't just stand there and do nothing. I pulled out my phone, cranked up a police siren clip at max volume. The thugs freaked out. They scattered faster than free pizza at a college party. Mom and I ran over, helped Dad up, and got him inside.
Dad, what really happened?
I got scammed by the friend I trusted most. He ran off with all the company's money and left me stuck with a huge debt under my name.
Mom, maybe we should.
I know what you're thinking, Thomas. I can help you pay this off.
Dad looked at me and Mom, stunned. Then he dropped his eyes, ashamed.
I don't deserve your help. I should have listened to you from the start.
What's done is done. I'm not gonna drag it up now. Right now, we fix this mess first.
No, I've been awful. The truth is, you know how you couldn't find a shop or a factory? That was me. I asked my buddies to block you. I just wanted you both to give up and come back.
Why would you do that?
Because I always felt small next to you. Smart, beautiful, strong, controlling. You made me feel less worthless. I'm sorry.
Honestly, the moment I saw Dad get cornered by debt collectors, all my anger just faded. But Mom, she needed more time.
I can't forgive you right now, but I won't leave you alone in this either.
Thank you. I swear I'll change. I'll work and pay you back every penny. Hey, let me roast the chicken. You go sit down.
Please don't. Last time, you nearly turned the whole bird into charcoal.
I heard them bickering like that as soon as I stepped in the door. Tomorrow, I'd fly to France for school. So tonight I invited Dad over for a little farewell dinner. He changed my so much now he put Mom and me first. Fun fact, he's still trying to win Mom back. She's not saying yes yet, since I'm heading off tomorrow.
Dad, make sure you come by every day and take care of Mom for me, okay?
Always, sweetheart.
I glanced over at Mom. She didn't say anything, just smiled. I knew that smile. That was a very good sign.
Today, we're meeting a super special family, basically a lineup of sports geniuses.
They looked at my sister Astrid, beaming with pride.
And their oldest daughter is a real prodigy on the slopes.
Huh, hey there, I'm Amy, the youngest in the so-called sports genius family. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Except for plot twists, I'm terrible at sports, and honestly, I couldn't care less about them. I was born a month early, so I was always weaker than Astrid. That's why my parents never wanted me near sports. They didn't even let me go to school like other kids. I had private tutors at home, which meant no friends. Astrid was my first and only one.
Astrid, your sister's always been fragile. You need to look after her and let her have her way, okay?
I followed Astrid everywhere, after school, even during her skiing training sessions. When she got her, I was the one wrapping her bandages. In my imagination, she would grow into a professional skiing star, and I would be her personal nurse. That Christmas, we were supposed to celebrate Christmas together. I waited all night. The food went cold and she still didn't come home. Then my phone buzzed.
Sorry, my friend invited me to a birthday party. Let's celebrate tomorrow, okay?
Just like that, all the excitement drained out. Astrid never broke promises. She wasn't allowed to do this to me. I made Mom find out her friend's address, and the moment I got it, I dashed straight there. When I pushed the door open, the room was buzzing with laughter, music. They're having a birthday party. You're coming home with me.
You promised we'd spend Christmas together. Amy, this is my friend's party. Don't make a scene. Go home. I told you we'd do it tomorrow.
She tried to push, but I was so angry I couldn't stop myself. If she didn't want to spend Christmas with me, then I'd ruin this party too. So yeah, I made sure the place turned into a total disaster. After all, Astrid had to drag me home.
You went way too far.
It was the first time she'd ever yelled at me like that. Scared and upset, I burst into tears. Mom rushed out right away to comfort me.
Astrid, I told you to be gentle with your sister.
But she started it.
You could have talked to her calmly, no yelling.
Astrid stormed into her room. The next day, she didn't say a single word to me. That had never happened before. That night, I crept into her room. Sis, I'm sorry. Please don't be mad at me. Maybe my tears softened her heart a little. Astrid let out a long sigh, then gently patted my head.
Fine, but don't ever do that again.
Okay, I knew I was still her favorite. When Astrid turned 19, she was selected for the city's ski team, which meant she had to move away. No, you shan't leave me.
I'll call you every day. Promise.
After some convincing, I finally let her go. It was the first time we'd ever been apart that long. At first, she texted me all the time, but soon the messages slowed down, so I decided to visit her. One train ride later, I finally arrived. I waited in front of Astrid's apartment for what felt like ages, until she finally showed up late that evening. The moment she saw me, her eyes widened in total disbelief.
Amy, what are you doing here?
I came to visit you. Bet you didn't see that coming.
Go home tomorrow, okay? I'm super busy and don't have time to hang out.
No way, I barely see you anymore. I want to stay longer. After a bit of begging, she agreed to let me stay for a while. At first, I thought we'd be close again, but nope, she was swamped with training. I barely saw her face. So one day, I went to wait outside her school to walk her home. After a while, I finally spotted her walking out with 2 friends by her side. Astrid?
What are you doing here? Go home.
Oh, you're Astrid's sister. I'm Sophia and this is Elias. We're grabbing coffee. Wanna come?
Sure. We went to a cafe down the street. I thought it'd be fun, but the whole time they just talked about skiing tour tournaments and players I didn't even know. I sat here quietly, staring at my drink. Somehow, there was this wall between Astrid and me, so I decided I'd start learning skiing and eventually join the same sports center where Astrid trained. I didn't really care about the sport itself, but if that was the only thing that could bring us closer again, I was willing to try. The next afternoon, I joined a beginner's class, and surprise, the coach was Elias. Apparently, he worked there part-time. Thanks to his patient coaching, I actually started getting better. That night, after practice, it was already dark when Elias offered to walk me home. We ran into Astrid in front of the apartment.
Elias? Amy, what's going on here?
Oh, Elias is my skiing coach. We just finished practice.
I'll head off then. See you tomorrow.
I waved as he left, grinning from ear to ear. Astrid, though, stayed silent and walked straight into the house. I hurried after her, still bubbling with excitement. Elias is super patient, you know. He explains every move so carefully.
Just stop talking.
I froze. What was that about? Maybe she was just tired from training. Yeah, that had to be it. She needed some rest. After months of hard work, I finally got accepted into the same sports center Astrid trained at. I was thrilled! Finally, we could be together all the time. Everyone there was really nice too. Then one day during practice, Elias got hurt. I rushed over, grabbed some bandages, and helped him wrap his ankle.
You look like a pro nurse.
I always patched Astrid up whenever she got injured.
Wow, that's adorable, Astrid. You're lucky to have such a caring little sister.
She only knows basic first aid. We should still take Elias to the infirmary.
The next day, we were split into 2 teams. Astrid and I ended up on opposite sides. During my round, she looks angry.
Astrid, take it easy.
She was about to rush toward me during my performance. Luckily, Elias jumped in and stopped her just in time. However, she lost her balance and fell. She clutched her leg, wincing in pain. Everyone rushed to help and took her straight to the hospital. The doctor said she'd have to rest until she fully recovered. Oh geez Louise, what about the upcoming tournament?
Astrid won't be able to compete. Amy, you'll take her place.
Wait, me? I'm not ready for that.
Don't worry. I'll train you extra. You've got this.
Hearing that made my heart steady a bit, so I nodded. Later, when everyone left, I stayed behind in the hospital room with Astrid.
You happy now? You've finally taken everything from me.
What are you talking about?
My whole life I've had to step aside for you. I never have. Friends because of you. The first one who invited me to a birthday party. You ruined it. When I finally thought I had a life of my own here, you showed up again, stealing my friends, my spot on the team, and even Elias. I liked him, Amy. I really did.
Her words cut deep. My chest heightened. I didn't even realize I'd hurt her this much. I'm sorry, Astrid. I didn't mean to.
Just go. I don't want to see you anymore.
No matter how much I tried to explain, she wouldn't listen. She didn't want to see me, so I found another way. Every day, I brought her food. I could tell from her smile that those messages were making her feel better. Eventually, Astrid's leg healed completely. Using Elias' name one last time, I sent her an invitation to the big match. As Astrid showed up, everyone was panicking because I'd disappeared.
Astrid, you'll have to sub in for Amy.
Goat it! I'll give it my all.
And she did. Astrid played her heart out and the team crushed. When the crowd erupted in cheers, I couldn't stop smiling. Finally, I'd done something for her. I quietly slipped out of the stadium. I'd made up my mind I'd go back home, study hard and apply to med school. Sports were never really my thing, but before I could walk far, someone grabbed my hand. Elias?
I've been chasing you forever. You skipped that match on purpose, didn't you? You wanted Astrid to have her moment.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Astrid thanked me for all those notes, but I never wrote them. I knew it had to be you.
I just gave her back what was hers. I'm heading home to my parents. This place, it's not really where I belong. I froze for a second. Maybe I imagined it, but Elias's smile suddenly looked tense.
Don't go. Please.
What did you just say?
I don't want to be away from you, because I like you.
My heart went absolutely wild, but Astrid's words still echoed in my head, keeping me silent. I'm sorry, but I can't return your feelings. I told myself time would fix it, that he'd probably forget me someday. I went back home and threw myself into studying. Months passed, and somehow I made it into med school. One afternoon, I was practicing first aid on a dummy when I heard a familiar voice behind me.
Hey, my leg's acting up again. Think you could check it out, Doctor? Amy?
For a second, I thought I was dreaming, but when I turned around, there she was. Astrid, you're really here.
I came back because I missed you. Elias told me everything. I'm so sorry for hurting you.
I was never mad at you. You'll always be my favorite sister in the whole world. She pulled me into a hug. Maybe it was only when we finally got each other that all the walls between us just disappeared.
Guess what? I've got a boyfriend now. He couldn't come this time though.
He looks so happy. I can tell he really loves you.
And what about you and Elias? If you still care about him, maybe it's time to give love a shot. He still likes you, you know.
I couldn't lie to myself anymore. The truth was, not a single day had gone by without me thinking about him. I think I like him too.
You heard that, Elias?
Wait, what? Elias? The door creaked open and Elias walked in. Astrid winked, stepping out and giving us the room.
I don't want to miss our chance again. Amy, will you give us another shot?
My heart melted. I've been waiting for this moment forever. Elias, I like you so much. Be my boyfriend, okay?